Fruits are the mature ovary of a plant. We're going to look at all the different kinds of fruits that we've got. So this is just a general overview. So we're going to start out with the concept of a fruit, and the fruit is a mature ovary of a plant. Out of that, fruits can come in a fleshy variety. When we talk about fleshy fruits, we can talk about a berry. A berry is a fleshy fruit that has seeds scattered throughout the inside of it. Good example of a berry is a tomato. We're not going to get into the difference between a vegetable and a fruit because in this class we very rarely talk about vegetables because vegetables are really a culinary or a food science kind of description of what we're eating, not a botanical description. So tomatoes are fruits. Other berries would include things like green pepper and blueberries and grapes. So we do have quite a lot of berries, but a berry is a fleshy fruit with seeds scattered throughout. We have what we call a pome. Now, a pome is a fleshy fruit that has seeds localized in one spot on the inside, and then around it, it's got parenchyma, and the parenchyma basically gives it kind of a hardened area around the seeds, protecting it. And right here we have the apple. A pome would also include a quince, a pear is a pome. So a pome looks like that. You've seen that before. We have what we call a drupe. And a drupe is a fleshy fruit that on the inside has a single seed encased in a hard material. This is a plum. Think peach. Think nectarine. Think cherry. They've got hard seeds on the inside, but they're fleshy on the outside. Fleshy fruit would include a peepo. And a peepo is a fruit that has a large rind around the outside of it. When we think peepo, this is a muskmelon. Think cantaloupe, cucumber, zucchini, pumpkin, watermelon. And they all have the same basic kind of thick rind around the outside and the seeds scattered throughout the inner part of it. A hesperidium is a fruit that has a leathery outer part to it. So here we're going to think citrus fruit. Orange, lime, lemon, grapefruit. They all have what we call hesperidia. You can see on the inside, if it's got seeds, the seeds are more centrally located. Fleshy fruits. We also have what we call dry fruits. Dry fruits means that the fruit at maturity is going to be in a dry format, and therefore we're going to be able to store it dry, so to speak. Dry fruits come in two varieties. One says it's dehiscent, and dehiscent means that the fruit actually splits open when it matures. Dehiscent fruits include legumes. We got a peanut. They are dry at maturity. We split them open. They often split open on their own. In the legumes, we're going to find things like peas and beans and lentils. And the seeds have a single point of attachment along one end. And we'll look at those in detail. We could have a follicle. This is milkweed. A follicle actually splits open on the edge, and as it does it, it allows the seeds to come out. In this particular case, we're looking at a follicle that is splitting open and allowing seeds to come out, and these are going to catch the wind and blow away. We have a capsule. So a capsule splits open. This happens to be crepe myrtle. Capsule splits open, and as it does it, it scatters the seeds out. And these are, again, dehiscent fruits. We have indehiscent fruits. Indehiscent fruits means they don't split open when they mature. And indehiscent fruits include things like achenes. This is a sunflower seed. An achene is a single-seeded fruit where the fruit attaches at a single point. Caryopsis is a single-seeded fruit where the ovary wall is fused to the seed itself. We call these grains. So we're looking here at corn seed. It could also be wheat, barley, any of the grain type materials that we have. We've got nuts. This is a picture of walnuts and pecans and acorns and things like that. And they are all nuts where they come from a fruit that does not split open in the end. And then we've got a samara. A samara is a winged seed, and the wings allow it to pick up air movement and blow it away from the trees or away from the plant so that it can go a distance away from the plant and try and spread that particular organism. Another type of fruit we have is what we call the aggregate fruit. An aggregate fruit comes from one flower where we have many ovaries on a single flower. This is a blackberry. Blackberries, raspberries all have a single flower with many ovaries on before we think blackberry here. You could also think strawberry. When you look at the strawberry, actually you have a single flower that gives you the strawberry, but in the end, the little fruits on the strawberry are actually achenes, which are the little seed-like things on the outside. And then we have multiple fruits. This is a pineapple. A pineapple is made up actually of an inflorescence. So it's multiple flowers making up the single fruit. When we talk of multiple fruit, we're talking pineapple, and we're talking things like mulberry. So when we look at these, we can see all of these different kinds of fruits, be they fleshy or dry, aggregate or multiple, and within them we have many different kinds. And we talk about these when we deal with fruits and the different types of fruits they are. We often use fruits for nutrition. You've seen several of these that you eat. Some of them are just used by the plant in order to disseminate their seeds.